Carter, whose numbers are up across the board. But the architect of Jersey's scheme is now patrolling the sideline in Washington, tutoring his young pupils in the art of the high-octane Princeton offense. A course that guards Gilbert Arenas and Larry Hughes have passed with flying colors. Will Kidd or Arenas lead their teams to victory tonight? Find out as the Wiz battle the Nets next. Comcast Sportsnet is on the air with Wizards basketball tonight, live from the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. The Wizards and the Nets hook up for the third time this season as Washington looks to make it 3 in a row over a decidedly different New Jersey squad. After missing the first 16 games of the year, Jason Kidd is back, healthy, and once again directing traffic for New Jersey as the Nets look to beat Gilbert Arenas and the Wiz for the first time in 3 games this season. Hi, folks. Great to be with you again for Wizards Hoops. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier. Well, the first 2 games haven't been close, Phil. Wizards victorious by 11 and 27 points, and Gilbert Arenas has played a major role in those victories.
Well, same way that he did in the last game Sunday against Atlanta. Gilbert Arenas still coming back off the flu-like symptom that kept him out of the Boston game. It seemed in key situations he was able to conserve his energy and then give a burst of energy and blow by his opponent like he did in this case here. I thought it was a very good night for Gilbert. He's feeling a lot better tonight. In that game, 30 minutes, he shot 7 for 15, 17 points, and had 4 assists. And he's been playing extremely well all year.
Well, we talked about the necessity of a much more productive bench for Washington. And against Atlanta Sunday afternoon, Juan Dixon and Michael Ruffin may have been the difference in the game.
Well, you look at the Wizards' last 2 losses, close games. You need a little bit more, and usually you get that from your bench. That was the case in the game Sunday. Juan Dixon didn't play at all in the first half. He finished strong in the second half. He had all of his 15 points then. He played 14 minutes and shot the ball extremely well. 3 for 4 from three-point range. Boy, you got to have that kind of production coming off the bench. And how about Michael Ruffin?
Yeah, he's been terrific. He's a blue-collar worker. He knows his role. He comes off the bench, and all he does is bang guys around, get position, and get rebounds. Well, it is a much more different New Jersey team than the one we've been used to this season. Vince Carter is here in the big trade from Toronto. Jason Kidd is back from injury, and after a slow start through 14 games, they're playing much better basketball the last 15.
Well, you can see why Jason Kidd is one of the most valuable players in this league. The first 14 games without him, they were 3-11. They had dominated the Eastern Conference for so long by forcing turnovers, limiting their turnovers, and getting assists. That's all down in the first 14 games. But since his return, you can see their numbers up. That's why they're 8-7. Look at that beautiful assist to Vince Carter right there. Now you add the addition of Vince Carter, and you're talking about a real talented trio. Add that to Richard Jefferson. Vince Carter's only played 4 games. He's averaging 22 points a game, and Jason Kidd's numbers not exceptional, but again, he makes a big impact for his team.
Well, we see 2 old buddies tonight and 2 old roommates, the former stars at the University of North Carolina. Square off this evening is Vince Carter and Antoine Jamison. Played 3 years in Chapel Hill, and both have had major impacts in their roles in the NBA. The Wizards and the Nets for the 3rd time this year, and we've got it covered for you next from the MCI Center. Filing into the MCI Center for the Wizards and the Nets, the 3rd of 4 meetings this year. And after New Jersey has taken the season series the previous 4 years in a row, they will not do it this year, as Washington has already won twice against the squad from New Jersey this season. All right, time to take a look at the Southwest Airlines starting lineups. First for the visiting Nets. with a record of 11-18 overall, 6-8 at home, 5-10 on the road. Jason Kidd and Vince Carter in the backcourt. Carter playing in his 5th game in New Jersey, and Jason Kidd is back after missing the first 15 games. Kidd, a 5-time NBA All-Star, first team in 99, 2000, 01, 02, and last year. Richard Jefferson, Nenad Kristic, and Jason Collins make up the front court. Jefferson has scored 20 or more points in 22 of 29 games this year. He's averaging 23 points per game. That's 10th in the NBA. The head coach is Lawrence Frank, who got the job full-time this past June after taking over on an interim basis last year for Byron Scott in January. Was an assistant coach for 3.5 seasons with the New Jersey Nets. Your Washington Wizards are 16-13 overall, 9-5 at MCI Center, 7-8 on the road. Gilbert Arenas and Larry Hughes in the starting backcourt. Hughes in the last 3 games has been on a tear, averaging just under 30 points per game and 3 steals. He continues to lead the NBA in steals per game at over 2 per contest. In the front court, Jared Jeffries with Antoine Jamison at the forwards and Brendan Haywood in the center spot. Jamison in 2 games against New Jersey this season, averaging 22.5 points a game and 53% from the field. Well, the head coach of the Wizards is very familiar with the Nets. He spent 4 years prior to coming to Washington as an assistant, and in fact played with New Jersey, 6th all-time in Nets history in the steals department with 562. That's Eddie Jordan, who's assisted by Michael Korn, who was also in New Jersey, Tom Young, Phil Hubbard, and the Wizards athletic trainer Eric Waters. All right, let's take a look at the keys to tonight's game, Phil.
Well, the Nets have been one of the dominant teams in the East over the last 3 years, and what they did was with tough defense leading to fast breaks. They got to get back to those ways, forcing steals, getting some fast break baskets, and also getting some points in the paint, getting some help from their low post players. You know, Jefferson, Kidd, and Carter are going to score their share of points. For the Wizards, they have to get some play out of their bigs. I think Jared Jeffries and Haywood need to be a little bit more aggressive offensively. Keep in mind, Jared, when he scored 10 or more points, the team is 6-0, and they have to get back on defense. Now with Kidd back, this team is looking to run, and they're going to be a lot more effective. Washington has to get back. They're number 1 in offensive rebounds, but you don't want to give up those fast breaks.
Well, relatively speaking, it is a young group of officials here tonight, including that fella who is a rookie, Eric Lewis, working the game with Mike Smith in his 12th NBA season and Tommy Washington in his 14th NBA season.
Well, everybody has to start sometime. Everybody's a rookie.
That's right.
At one point.
So, trial by fire here tonight in the 3rd of 4th meeting between the Wizards and the Nets. Wizards won the first 97-86, November 20th at the Meadowlands, and they won again here December 1st, 95-68, the Wizards' largest margin of victory against an opponent this season. We check our ones to watch tonight, Kidd and Arenas. Won't that be something?
It certainly should. Obviously, Jason, in playing in his 14th game, not 100%, but he's very competitive. Should be a good one to watch. Arenas and Kidd.
Last year, New Jersey swept 4 straight as the Wizards score quickly. They won by 10 and 4 in overtime at MCI Center and by 10 and 12 points in Jersey. But the Wizards have come back with 2 wins this season already. And Washington spots a foul down low. It's a very quick one on Jared Jeffries, who has been prone to fouls the last couple of games.
He picks up a quick foul trying to fight through a pick.
Different Nets team than the one we saw the last 2 games in November and then on December 1st, that's for sure. Carter, and that's one of the reasons why. Vince Carter playing in his 5th game since coming over in the trade, which was made on December 17th for Alonzo Mourning, Eric Williams, and a couple of first-round draft picks. And Vince's numbers are up across the board from where they were against Toronto. Haywood lost it out of bounds, and the Wizards will get it back.
Oh, Brendan did do a good job protecting the ball that time. And his man comes right across and easily gets the ball. Got a little bit of Brendan, too, now that I look at it a second time.
Hughes traveled, and the Wizards turn it over. Washington averaging 14.8 turnovers a game. And New Jersey, 17 turnovers a game. Only Atlanta and Chicago turn the ball over more than the Nets do right now.
Yeah, and they're not getting the fast break baskets now. Again, those numbers have improved since Jason Kidd's return. And you can see why. Perfect pass to Richard Jefferson, who went back door and got the easy two.
This is a team that the Wizards are going to have to play some defense against. They can't get away with the same things they did against Atlanta. Even Boston, for that matter. This team will beat you with Kidd in the transition. Larry Hughes with a tough shot. Hughes in the last 3 games, Phil, averaging just under 30 points. He's been amazing.
He certainly has. Of course, those 2 30-point games where he shot the lights out.
Carter for Jefferson, guarded by Jeffries. Pulls up on him and misses. Larry Hughes is right there. Just underway, MCI Center. Hughes for the long jumper, misses a 3. And Jefferson has it. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier and our crew from Comcast Sportsnet. Wizards have 3 more home games against Seattle. They'll play Portland in the stretch. Christic gets the kind bounce. And Minnesota will be here as well. Arenas penetrates, gets bumped, and throws it up. We'll see if they give him 2 or not. It's on Jason Kidd. And I think they're going to take it out on the side.
Yeah, before the shot, I talked about that hesitation, that change of pace move as being so effective against defenders. They just throws the timing of the defender, in this case, Jason Kidd, off.
First personal on Kidd. And the first team foul on New Jersey. Hughes, tough fadeaway. Wow. Larry Hughes at 20.3 points a game is 27th in the league. In fact, the Wizards have 3 players averaging 20 or better. Jameson's at 20.9 and Arenas 22.4. Jefferson, they run, the break, lays it up and misses. Here comes Washington the other way with Jeffries. Arenas stops, pops, and misses to the right.
Remember, one of our keys, getting back on defense.
Haywood with a block out of Browns, and Brendan Haywood, who's 8th in the NBA. At 2 per game, gets 1 there.
Good job having your big man running the floor. But again, with Jason and Carter in there now, they're going to be a smaller team, but they're looking to run, get out, and get transition baskets.
Christic on the screen. And it's tipped out by Jeffries, and it'll be New Jersey ball. Nets are 11 and 18. They beat the Knicks Saturday, 93-87. They've won 4 of their last 6 games. Jefferson, short fadeaway, good. Richard Jefferson.
They're starting to turn that around. The assists are coming up. The turnovers down. In fact, right now, no turnovers. And they're only 4.5 games behind New York. New York, the only team in that Atlantic division with a winning record.
Haywood inside, nice move, and it's blocked beautifully by Jefferson, and the Wizards give it back again. In fact, if the Wizards were in the Atlantic division, they'd be in first place right now. Christic inside, and the Nets are on an 8-0 run.
Kidd very close to traveling.
Carter turns and scores.
Well, we said this during the opening, Steve, and this is not the same team. You add Jason Kidd, you bring Jason Kidd back and add Vince Carter, and you definitely have a different look.
Jared Jeffries connects as the Wizards have resorted to one-on-one playing now. That stops a 10-0 run. Christic lost it going up with no call. Jeffries inside, nice pass, and he scores again.
Did a good job to get inside of Collins.
Vince Carter averaging 22.3 points a game, 6 rebounds, and just about 4 assists. and Jason Kidd, who scores off the glass. Kidd was activated from the injured list on December 6th. Missed the first 16 games of the year. They went 4-12 without him. And with him, they are 7-6 in the last 13. Hughes with nowhere to go. Haywood, the swooping hook is way short. And Hughes with a steal.
Well, quick hands and then the reverse layup. Nice move to finish by Larry Hughes.
Hughes leads the league in steals at over 2 per contest, and the Wizards as a team #1 in the league at 9.2 steals per game. Kristaps locked out of bounds, and it'll be Washington ball.
Well, it's funny watching this New Jersey team. I know it's still early in this game, but totally different from the first 2 times these two teams met.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Totally out of sync offensively, struggled to get shots. One game only scored 68 points. Nice shot there by Larry Hughes. But, you know, and even though Jason Kidd only has 1 assist and 2 points, but just his presence out there is a calming effect. Here's a nice crossover from Larry Hughes, gets in the middle, and is able to give that one-handed shot. But here, the steal by Larry Hughes, the league leader in that department. He finishes nicely, goes in front of Collins for the reverse.
Larry has been shooting well the last 3 games from the line, now 76%. Makes the three-point play. And the Wizards are within 3 after trailing by 10 moments ago. Travis Best in the game. Washington on a 9-2 run in the last minute 45. Jefferson, you gotta guard him because he can nail the 3, but he misses that one. Up ahead, tough pass for Jared Jeffries. He gets it back, puts it up, got hit with no call.
Well, he did all the hard part first and didn't convert that basket.
Jefferson this time drives for Kristaps' open jumper. Missed it. Wizards run. Arenas, beautiful penetration and what a shot.
Once again, the hesitation. He steps back, surveys the court, finds his opening, and makes his move.
Washington on an 11-2 run to get right back into this game after the Nets outran him 10-0. He's been there almost the entire season at actually 2.8 steals per game.
Yeah, right now 4 of 6, has 9 points in this game. Off to a very good start. He has both of the Wizards' 2 steals.
The legendary Sonny Jurgensen in the house today with the also equally legendary Andy Ockershausen. Sonny, the only man who actually can bring a cigar into the arena as long as it's not lit. Travis Best, boy, he's lucky he had to go off the rookie, and then it's knocked into the backcourt, and they'll give it to Washington and call a backcourt violation.
Yeah, I don't think Larry Hughes touched the ball. It was just Best fumbling with it, not able to handle it. Lawrence Frank can't understand what happened. Let's see. Yeah,
you're right.
Never touched it.
Absolutely right. Twice he mishandled it. The second time goes into the backcourt. Arenas challenges inside. Tip up not there. Haywood, Arenas, and Best comes away with it. Wizards trail by 10. They have cut this lead to 1. And Jared Jeffries has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Ruffin penetrates, kicks it out for Arenas. Sets, fires, and comes up short. Trying to follow his own shot, but doesn't get it. Wizards 12 of 29 from the field. They already have 6 steals in the half. New Jersey shooting 50% from the field. Carter off a screen. Up ahead to Haywood. Haywood to the hoop. And he's nailed by Carter, and both of them tumbled out of bounds as the 2 former Carolina stars hook up.
Vince is the last to get up. And you can tell that there's kind of a little friendly rivalry there. Carter saying, I'm not going to let you get that layup or dunk. You'll have to go to the line.
So many connections in college, even in family. In fact, Vince Carter married Antoine Jameson's sister-in-law in July down in Palm Beach, Florida. Of course, the two of them roommates. They played together 3 years in Chapel Hill. Haywood now 1 of 2 from the line, has 5 rebounds. That's his first point. He's 0 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, he does have 5 rebounds, and going back to Jameson and Carter, that could make for some real fun conversations during the offseason when you have your family gatherings.
Wizards by 3. Their largest lead of the game. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier as Washington tries to get their 17th victory of the season. Kidd with the open jumper buries it. After 29 games last year, the Wizards had a record of 8 wins and 21 losses. They're currently 16 and 13. Arenas is pushed and fouled by Buford.
Gilbert just too quick for Buford. You can see both hands on Gilbert trying to slow him down.
Wizards are 4-0 against Atlantic Division teams here at home. Arenas, side of the backboard. Steve Blake went down. He's holding his left foot, and he is in major pain. Jumper is good by Kidd for 3. And Steve Blake is crawling out of bounds, and he is in pain. And Kidd ran into the rookie official, Eric Lewis. Took a shot in the mouth. And there's Blake. That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. Fortunate. He's already had, I'm sure, what he considers too long of a stint on the injured reserve. Doesn't want to get injured anymore.
5-0 run by the Nets after they trailed by 3, and now they lead the Wizards again. Arenas for the long jumper, way short. All 5 points scored by Jason Kidd. Kidd, Carter, Buford, Christic, and Jefferson for New Jersey.
Boy, good job by Gilbert.
Kidd will take the jumper and hit it. 9 points for Jason Kidd, and the lead is up to 4. With him in the game, they're a +12. With him out of the game, they're a -6.
Yeah, and again, his stats don't necessarily indicate how much of an impact he has. Well, Jefferson got caught in the mouth by the shoulder of Arenas as he went up.
Again, Collins moving on the screen. I didn't see if that ball was partially tipped or not.
Yeah, Larry got a piece of that.
Jameson with Arenas. Back to Antoine. Fires for Jarvis Hayes. Sets for the open jumper and hits a 3. Jarvis is shooting just 22% from three-point range this year. And that's his 14th of the season. But it brings the Wizards to within a point. Carter against Jameson. Vince Carter playing in his 5th game in New Jersey. They got him on December 17th for Alonzo. And a couple of picks. Jameson waits, got hit with no call and lost it, but the Wizards will get it back.
Well, I like that lob pass from Gilbert Arenas, so he anticipated that move. Leads him right past the defense. Let's see, do we see contact?
Yep. Didn't look like the ball. Back to Hayes against Carter. Boy, he drew some contact, and that's a tough offensive play. And the foul on Carter. Vince charged with a foul. He led the Raptors in scoring last year at 22.5 a game, 7th in the league.
Good job that time. Jarvis setting his man up well with the good head fakes.
Jarvis, an 85% free throw shooter, 68 of 80 on the year. Had his season high of 20 at Memphis. 9 rebounds a couple of times this year. Gets them both. 7 off the bench for Jarvis Hayes. And the Wizards again trail by 1. Steal. Hughes. And he'll shoot 2. In his 11th year from your alma mater, the University of California.
That's right. Grew up right there in Berkeley and Oakland. He's a legend out there. He's off to a good start. Still doesn't have his legs underneath him. They're limiting his minutes to right around 28 a game, but it's off to a good start. 6 of 8, 14 points. He has the 2 threes that his team has made.
And he is 2 for 2 from three-point range. He's got just 1 assist, but he's doing the damage so far. And the Wizards are down now by 6 after they led by as many as 3. Haywood in the paint with 5 to shoot. Fadeaway jumpers well short.
Keeping Haywood from his stronger move, which would be going towards the middle with the jump hook shot on the right side.
Collins will try. Beautiful play by Hughes to follow it in. 14 points for Larry Hughes, ties Jason Kidd for the lead in scoring. Hughes going for the steal. Let's see if Kidd makes him pay. Offensive foul.
Well, that's 3 on Jason. He's going to be a little bit more difficult for Larry to steal the ball from than some of his other opponents, but still, eventually it ends up in a turnover. Jason getting called for the charge here going into to Gilbert Arenas.
Richard Jefferson comes out of the game. Kidd remains in. Christic in with Best, Carter, Collins, and Kidd. Jamison's jumper, good. 3-pointer for Antoine Jamison. He's got 8 points in the game.
Washington has 5 3-pointers. They're 5 for 13.
Offensive foul.
And they got Christic that time for setting that moving pick that bothers you so much.
Larry Frank won his first 13 games last season, the most consecutive wins ever by an NBA coach to start his career. New Jersey went on to finish 47 and 35, winning the Atlantic, making the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. Inside to Haywood. Spins in the lane, jump hook, and gets the kind bounce.
That's his.
Stoudemire's numbers, 4.1 more points and a $1.50 more boards per contest. Here they are in the flesh, head-to-head. T-Wolves down by 6. Kevin Garnett working the paint. Turnaround Jay gets foul as well. Garnett had 22 in the first half, but the T-Wolves found themselves down by 4. Joe Johnson fires up for 3. No good.
Oh, that's good. You don't block out, you get your feelings hurt, Matt.
Very, very good. Suns up by 9. Stoudemire baseline. KG hesitated and he paid. Phoenix extends the lead to 10. Eddie Griffin goes up. Talk to the hand from Stoudemire.
Well, Stephen Hunter. A little bit of that, too. Looking like Bill Russell up under there, Steve.
They're lining up. Back the other way we go. Sean Marion finishes. T-Wolves down late. Kevin Garnett gets it going. Garnett had himself a night. Later on, Steve Nash had to Stoudemire. Hard foul by Latrell Sprewell. Stoudemire told us on NBA Nation he was just tossing the ball back to him so he could go out and throw it back and bounce, and then.
Well, he had a tech earlier. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he got tossed in the second technical. Later on, Garnett with the putback, career high 47 for him. In fact, he could add 50 as well if not for that missed three. That was in a 5-point game. Phoenix finishes it. Marion had 28, 2 on the dunk there, and the Suns win it by 7. And well, it really wasn't that close a game until the last couple of minutes.
How much can you ask the man to do? We have 47 and 17, and you're still asking him to make threes late in the game to keep you in it.
How about
Suns have won 10 of their last 11 on the road. This team getting it done no matter where they go. Greg, let's spotlight this contest.
Well, you know what? If you're a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, you have to be concerned right now because this team, which was so good last year defensively, has really been a shadow of itself this year. Here, the interior passing by Steve Nash in the pick-and-roll game, working to perfection. He's able to come off and not only knock down a shot, but you see here Michael Olowokandi almost playing defense like Shaq out there, but at least Shaq's going to go get you a double-double on the other end. And again, they continue to dominate you in the pick-and-roll. You see here Szczerbiak with the help, the rotation not quite there, and they're able to knock down the shot. You just cannot play defense the way that this Minnesota Timberwolves team is playing right now.
Well, Greg, in keeping with that theme, you talked about the half court. Let's talk about the transition game. Minnesota, this is really their weakness. They've got some guys out on the floor most of the time with Sam Cassell and Wally Szczerbiak and even Troy Hudson. These guys are not good transition defenders. You take a look at like Quentin Richardson gets up 17 threes, almost all of them in transition. It's hard to get open 17 times in a game, much less all in transition. So bottom line is Minnesota has a lot of issues on that end of the floor. They're not competing. When guys aren't playing well offensively, that's how you have to win games. Right now, they are totally relying on their ability to make shots to win. They didn't do that last year. They defended. Even on nights they didn't shoot the ball well, they still were able to win. This year, not the case.
We mentioned the Pacers 3 games over 500. So are the Timberwolves. Yeah. This is a team expected to be in the NBA Finals. They're already 7 games back of Seattle in the Northwest Division. How bad has it gotten in Minnesota?
Well, I think it's very bad. I mean, you've heard a lot of talk about Latrell Sprewell and Sam Cassell, but it goes much deeper than that. How about what Troy Hudson has not done this year? What about Trenton Hassel not really having an impact? They're not getting a lot off of the interior, off the bench as well. This team, I think, struggling in all facets. And let me tell you something else. Even Kevin Garnett, not as effective on the defensive end as he was a year ago, in part because he's not having the tone set out on the perimeter. This team, again, they are struggling. Flip Saunders has issues. Kevin McHale has issues, and so does Mr. Taylor, their owner. I think right now, if you look at this team, they are not going to be a factor if they keep playing this way.
Since his return from suspension, O'Neal about to show you why his nickname used to be Uzi. He didn't miss. I mean, he really didn't miss. Jermaine O'Neal scored the Pacers' first 14 points in this game against the Bucks, who were just spectators. Second quarter, O'Neal. Unbelievable. Making his way, forcing his way. He missed only 4 shots in the first half, 11 of 15 from the field, 7-11 from the charity stripe, 29 points. On to the third quarter, where O'Neal continued his hot hand. A career-high 41 points right there. Indiana in control. But the Bucks were climbing back. Pacers just by 2. No worries. There's O'Neal. He had 49 points. Allowing big shooting nights, nothing new for the Bucks. Allen Iverson scored 54 on him earlier this year. Oh, O'Neal keeps coming at you and doesn't stop with a putback. 51 points. Said Coach Rick Carlisle, if he hadn't scored over 50, we probably would not have won. Pacers up 10. O'Neal showing us all his skills. 53 points for Jermaine. Hey, I got an idea. Let's flash back. November 28th, 1992. I have the power, Fred. We can do this. Reggie Miller, still on the team, hits for 57 against Charlotte. It was a Pacer record, you know. Now, O'Neal looking to break that record, but he missed his final free throws, so he settled for an NBA season high of 55 points. His 25 free throw attempts did break a franchise record. Jermaine humble after.
People don't understand what, the type of preparation we put in and the things that go on behind the scenes. And I can't do anything that I did out there today without my teammates and without my coaching staff, without these fans. We need everybody to be in on it for guys to be successful. And it's a total team.
Jamison. Well, watch, they get the exchange there. Freeze it right here. You're going to see Jarvis Hayes bring his man right about here. That's going to be Vince Carter, and then make the cut back door. and get a nice pass from Antawn Jamison. And before that, you had Stevie Blake right there, who's going to be looking for the three. His man, Jock Vaughn, drops off too far. And then you get Stevie Blake a wide open three. He's 2 for 2 from that area, but of course he had that sprained ankle, left with that, and it looks like he won't return.
It's not scheduled to come back, so you hope that that's not a lingering injury. He's had 2, as we know, surgery on the right ankle, and he twisted the other ankle as well. So hopefully Steve Blake won't be out for long, but not scheduled to come back in this game here tonight. So the Wizards are looking for their 17th victory on the season, and New Jersey looking for its 12th. Third quarter action coming up with the game tied at with the game tied at 48 in the third of 4 meetings between the Wizards and the Nets. Washington has won the previous 2 by 11 and by 27 points. And New Jersey, a team that is second to last in the league in field goal percentage at 42%, shooting 54% for the half.
Yeah, but that number's coming up, and certainly based on the first half tonight, it's coming up 2 for 3, so they've been very efficient with their three-point shots. Only missed 1 free throw. 11 assists. That's what they averaged in the first 2 meetings against the Wizards. And fast break points, 11 fast break points. So Washington wants to get back and cut down on those fast breaks.
Jason Kidd and Larry Hughes both have 14 points in the game to lead all scorers. Vince Carter with 10, Jefferson 8, Christic 6, and Travis Best 5 off the bench. Jamison adds 9 points for Washington. Hayes 7 off the bench. Steve Blake 2 3-pointers, but he is out for the rest of the game after twisting his left ankle, not scheduled to return. The team is without Kwame Brown again, and Etan Thomas has not played this season.
Although I understand that Etan has started practicing full out, so that's certainly a good sign. Hopefully we'll see him back soon.
Revisiting our ones to watch, Kidd with 14, and Gilbert just 4 points and 1 assist on 2 of 7 shooting.
Matter of fact, Gilbert has missed on all 4 of his three-point attempts. He has a 19-game streak going in consecutive games with made three-pointers, so he wants to keep that going.
Hey fans, if you buy 10 Wizards games, you get the Lakers game for free. See T-Mac, Allen Iverson, C. Webb, LeBron James, Steve Francis, and Kobe Bryant. Plus receive priority playoff seating. Call 202-661-5050 or WashingtonWizards.com. Yeah, Kwame Brown missed the first 12 games, returned against this New Jersey team December 1st at MCI Center. Played 13, hasn't played since December 27th against Charlotte. So Kwame is still out with a tendon strain in his left foot as Carter takes the jumper and hits it. 12 points for Vince Carter, and New Jersey gets the first 2 points of the second half after the Wizards had a nice little run to end the half, an 8-0 run in a minute and a half to tie it at 48. Hughes goes all the way, scores, and it will count as it looked like Collins was in that semicircle.
It was hard to tell. There are a lot of blue jerseys around Larry Hughes as he circles in. Is he out?
Whoa.
Well out. But I don't think he had good position. I think he was still moving. Take another look from the top side. And actually, both those players, actually, you could say, you could give the argument that Christic pushed him into to Collins. So good concentration to finish on that shot by Hughes.
Larry with 16 points. Misses the free throw. And the Wizards as a team now 9 of 14 from the free throw line, 64%. Washington is 23rd in the league in free throw shooting. Jefferson around Jeffries, and he's fouled by Brendan Haywood. Jared Jeffries picked up 3 personals Blake's injury, a left ankle sprain. Previously on the injured list from November 3rd to the 20th after the surgery. And so he is not scheduled to come back. That's unfortunate. Pass. They'll reset the shot clock to 14, calling a kicked ball.
I don't know if Brendan had enough on that pass, but he had the right idea. Going to hit a cutter going back door.
Nets by 2. Hughes, tough fadeaway, got hit with no call, and New Jersey has the rebound. Jefferson streaking to the glass, and he missed it. Jamison is there. Same two teams will play in the second to last game of the season. Hughes, too strong. Jared Jeffries keeps it alive. Jeffries penetrates, and he got fouled by Vince Carter. Will they count it or not? They'll wave it off and say no basket.
They did a good job running the ball down, and then the defense just slow and reacting, so he tried to take advantage of it.
Wow. In the NBA, that's a continuation.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that. No, I don't think he was going in this shot. I like the call.
Can't argue with the man who played. Haywood, and Brendan draws a foul, so he'll shoot 2.
I mean, I think they're a lot more stringent on that call now than they were, say, 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
They used to be. Anytime you went towards the basket and the shot went in, they called it a continuation.
Right.
Now they're
a little more judicious.
Yeah.
Wow, Brendan misses, and the Wizards have missed 6 free throws in the game. Eddie speaking with Tom Washington.
Tom was the one that waved that basket off by Jared Jeffries.
3 personal fouls on Jefferson, Collins, Carter, Kidd, and Buford. And 3 on Jared Jeffries.
Not a good idea there. Well, we've seen Gilbert make some nice down-court passes, but that one, the defense for the Nets were already back and just resulted in an easy turnover.
Haywood will have to make a move to the glass. A little bit short. Out of his range for that jump hook. Kidd slips inside, scores easily. And a technical foul is called on New Jersey. And I don't know if it's on Larry Frank or former GW coach John Kuester.
There's that long pass we talked about. You can see 2 defenders back, just ill-advised pass, and then Vince Carter finishing with the 2-hand slam.
Arenas makes the technical free throw. They called it on Larry Frank. And New Jersey will retain possession, leading by 5. Direction, Washington maintains possession. Hughes underneath. Jeffries jump hook.
That's why you have to get back defensively and match up quickly to avoid giving up easy baskets.
8 points for Nenad Kristic. Alley-oop. Carter with a big slam.
Well, sometimes it just seems like there's nothing too high that Carter can't get up and get. That looked like it was going out of the arena.
New Jersey on a 10-1 run to take control of this basketball game and lead the Wizards by 9. can do about it.
Yeah, and look at the perfection of that pass by Jason Kidd. It's like he knows how high to throw the ball to different players or where to throw the ball.
Wizards just 1 of 6 from the field in the quarter. New Jersey 5 of 7. For the game, the Nets shooting 57% and Washington 38%, and there's another one. And now New Jersey has grabbed complete control of the game.
And the assists keep going up for New Jersey. Fast break points also up to 17 points now. Washington has to turn this thing around.
Come on in with me.
Barrett Jeffries gets inside. 6 points for Jeffries, 3 rebounds, 3 fouls. Michael Ruffin off the Washington bench. Kidd turns on Arenas and hits. Beautiful shot. 3-pointer for Jarvis Hayes. Nets have gone on at least 4 different runs tonight. They went on a 10-0 run in the first quarter, a couple of 9-0 runs in the second, and a 10-1 run here in the third. Here's Kidd. Christic with a push, and Ruffin is there to clean it up. Jamison with a nice move for the open jumper. Good. Up to 1 run, and they've tied the game for just a brief moment as Vince Carter answers with a runner, and he's got 20 points. Trying to dump it into Ruffin. Arenas penetrates, reverse layup, no good. And the Nets knock it out of bounds.
Well, Gilbert Arenas holding his head. He had to hang a long ways and go to the far side of the basket. Watch the penetration now. Watch him float to the other side. And right there, possibly Collins caught him with the elbow on top of the head. No, doesn't look like it there.
Keep in mind, he's got 3 stitches back there from a fall he took in the shower the other day when he basically collapsed. Gilbert draws a foul. Will they give him 2 or not? They'll call it on Rodney Buford and give him 2 shots.
Let's see, I like that kind of play. He just got through attacking the basket. He felt he got caught, got fouled, and he goes right back and makes an even stronger move to the basket. Goes right into Collins. That's how you let him know you're there.
Called it on Buford his 4th personally, although Collins really nailed it. And now Gilbert can tie the game up again with a couple of free throws. Jason Kidd takes a seat on the bench. Travis Best is back in, and Juan Dixon has entered the game for Washington, and he helped the Wizards to victory against Atlanta Sunday.
Yeah, sure did. That's so admirable, too. I mean, you talk about a guy who clearly seeing his minutes diminish, but he it in a big way.
He hit some gigantic shots, and traveling is called on Buford as Arenas stepped out to face off with him.
I thought Arenas may have been reaching for the ball, but he does do a good job of stepping out. There you can see the push off by Buford. But that's just aggressive defense on Gilbert's part.
Tied at 67, Wizards ball with 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Arenas again for the long jumper. Got another one. About that.
Well, that was a deep 3. I mean, he was 5-6 feet behind the line.
Wizards have regained the lead by 1. They'll call a foul on Juan Dixon, trying to fight around the Collins screen. Meantime, Gilbert Arenas 3 of 3 from 3-point range in the last 3 minutes.
Well, watch I think they're fussing about Best pushing off with the left hand. Here's Gilbert's 3rd 3-pointer. And you can see a good 5 feet behind that three-point line.
I love the rotation he gets on the ball.
You can see it. You can see him set the ball. All 3 of those shots, he's had plenty of time.
Christie knocked it out of bounds. Wizards ball up by 1 with 1:18 to play third quarter. Last time they met, the Wizards won by 27. Arenas to Dixon for the open jumper, way short. Arenas stole it. He stole it right away from Best. Talk about premeditated.
But he went so far out of bounds, he went out of Best's sight of vision, line of vision, and he came in and picked him clean. Never saw Gilbert Arenas behind him. Watch Gilbert circling behind him. Now see, Travis doesn't know he's there.
He's like an animal in the wild, like a predator looking for his prey. 13 points in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds for Gilbert Arenas.
7 threes, you said, but he's hit a number of well-timed threes for this team.
Wizards by 7, their largest lead. Carter's jumper good. 22 points on 11 of 17 shooting for Vince Carter. 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Jared Jeffries drives, spins, looks for help. Finds Dixon for the jumper. Good! Another 3! Wizards have hit 11 three-pointers in the game. Washington by 8, its largest. Hayes with a steal.
Their 12th steal.
Hughes into the paint. Underneath for Ruffin, who lost it. Now Ruffin's in trouble, and the Wizards turn it over with a 24-second violation. 14,011 in attendance here tonight. See if Eddie Jordan can beat his old team for the 3rd consecutive time this year. After the Wizards lost 4 straight season series to New Jersey, including a sweep of 4 games last year. Carter drives, hanging jumper, beautiful shot. 24 points for Vince Carter, and the Wizards' 10-point lead is down to 4.
Well, it makes it so difficult to defend Carter because he elevates so well. He can just jump over the defense many times.
Hayes with a fadeaway, beautiful shot. Gilbert Arenas got a breather, and he's back up off the bench with 18 points set to come in. Hughes has 20, Jamison 11. Hayes 14 off the bench for Washington. Carter easily inside.
Well, it's the second time that we've seen a breakdown lead to an easy basket like that. Now's the time to really focus and concentrate. Make sure you don't have any mental lapses defensively.
Carter is 8 for 10 and a half. Hughes answers with a 3. Wow, the Wizards with 12 three-pointers in the game, Phil.
That's right, 12 for 23. They're above 50% from three-point range.
Carter again. This time he gives it up to Collins. Carter fires a jumper. How tough is that? As irony would have it, Carter's season high came against the Wizards on November 28th with 26, and he's got 28 now, a new season high for Vince Carter. Dixon has to fire. He missed it. Tipped out by Ruffin. Hughes will try. Good! Another 3!
I tell you what, Michael Ruffin, again, keeping that ball alive. I don't know if he gets credit for an offensive rebound, but he kept that ball alive, gave them another chance. And the Wizards come up with their 13th or 14th three-pointer.
13th, I think they have, Phil. 13 of 25. Jamison is there. Wizards by 8 with 6:51 to play in regulation. Dixon around a screen. The jumper from Hayes. Little strong. Jamison is there. Hughes for number 3. Too strong. Kidd for 3. Follows his own rebound and gets fouled inside by Ruffin.
Boy, you get stretched out defensively, guarding the perimeter, especially three-point shot. You can't forget to box out. Juan trying to challenge that shot, but you see how quickly Kidd reacts to get his own missed shot. That forces a foul from Ruffin.
Remember that Kidd used to go through a pre-free throw ritual that included a kiss that he blew, which was directed to his wife. For the last 5 years, he shot around 81-82% from the free throw line. He does not include the kiss anymore in his free throw ritual, and this season he is shooting 59% from the free throw line.
Way to work, partner.
Jamison is held and fouled by Christic.
Just bring those little tidbits up whenever.
Every now and then, whenever we need them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, what an end to the third quarter Gilbert Arenas had. In the last 4.5 minutes of that period, he had 3 steals. He went 4 for 4 from the field, including 3 three-pointers. He had 13 points. Falls out of bounds. Wait a minute, they may change the call. They have. They've changed the call. The rookie official stepped in.
Looking at the replay, clearly the right call going off the left foot of Collins. And that's just what Gilbert is arguing about.
Mike Smith looked at Gilbert and said, you hit it last, but the rookie ref, Eric Lewis, came in and got the right call. Hughes penetrates, hanging, jumper's good!
Well, you saw him have to slow down and float in the air to avoid the contact on the charge, but still maintain his concentration.
28 for Hughes. And the fans come to life in the phone booth. Everybody's loving the Wizards tonight. 5:53 to go in regulation. Can they hang on? Washington leads 94-85. In the fast break, which is not surprising when you play New Jersey. But look at the three-point field goals, and we are double-checking. We believe this is a new franchise record with 13 made.
Either way, that's shooting well. Also 12 steals for the Wizards defensively.
Underway here with 5:45 to play in regulation, and the Wizards lead by 9. They've led by as many as 10. Carter with a jumper. Unbelievable. And that's a three-pointer. He is sensational. 31 points for Vince Carter, 5-time NBA All-Star. Previously, the most three-pointers made by the Wizards came against Dallas in November of 2003. Hughes, and score it!
Boy, Larry Hughes was not going to be denied. Vince Carter tried to body up on him. Watch him take it to his left, or his right, I should say, and then get the contact, but still finish at the basket off the glass. Strong move by Larry.
Yeah, that's sheer strength there. Two very physical and strong guys going at each other. So Hughes to the free throw line, where he's 6 of 8 tonight, has 30 points. This is the 4th straight game where he scored.
This is his 5th on the year.
5th on the year, but I'm going to check here because we know in the last 3 he's averaging just under 30 points a game.
You know, 24 in the Atlanta game.
And 31 tonight for Larry Hughes. Wizards by 9. 7 to shoot. Hughes leaning inside for Jamison. Score the field goal. He's fouled on the play. Feet at the MCI Center.
And we've seen a lot of that this year. The standing ovations. They've been seeing some exciting basketball. Very competitive.
After being swept 4 straight games by New Jersey last year, Eddie Jordan getting revenge over his old team this season. Wizards have won 3 straight this year over the Nets, and they'll have one more on April 19th at the Meadowlands.